What is up, party people? Welcome to Saturdays and Seltzers. My name is Kendra Middleton, and as always, I am joined by my co-host, Sarah Griffin. I am once again going to say I think that we're going to have a shorter show this week. We're doing a Q&A with like our normal stuff, and we don't have that many questions. I'm going to say that, and we're going to talk forever because both of us are in a terrible mood, so I feel like this is just going to be like a bitch fest, but like I'm kind of here for it.
It kind of has to be.
I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. It is Wednesday at 3 p.m, and I've had such a fucking week that I'm having a glass of wine. So you know what? Fuck it, we ball. Yeah, fuck it, we ball. If Sarah wasn't going to class, I think she'd be doing the same thing.
Oh yeah, it's very much needed right now.
I don't know what's going on? Like, why is everyone, like, the sky is fucking falling for, like, everyone I know this week.
Miserable week. I don't know anyone's having a good time.
No, I don't either. So I guess we'll just roll into our high-low hero of the last week. Sarah, what was your high?
Honestly, this weekend kind of sucked. So I guess my high would just be like Bruins preseason starting exciting. I watched some of the game last night, so I guess that would be my high.
There has been so much bullshit going on with the Sharks that I'm not even paying attention because I don't want to piss myself off.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I like just see people like with their pitchforks on Twitter and I'm like, maybe I'll sit this season out.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a low for me. My high is that the Jaguars are fucking good, dude. And I don't know how to that's like the only thing keeping me going this week. I swear to God, we're back. Like we play so Sarah texted me earlier this week and she was like, I think I'm going to become an Eagles fan. And I was like, can you become an Eagles fan next week? Because they play the Jags on Sunday. And she's like, for you. Yeah. So that's honestly my high right there is that Sarah's a fucking homie.
I'm like, because everyone that watches this show knows I'm not like some diehard football fan by any means. Like I grew up in a Patriots household, so that's kind of just all I've ever known. But now that like I've kind of like gotten out of a predominantly Patriots household, and you know we fucking love Philly on this show.
Yes,
I texted Kendra when I was in Philly. I was like, I love Eagles fans. Like I love these people.
Yeah,
like, which I don't know, man. Like I've been watching some of their games. I'm like, because they're way more fucking fun to watch than the Patriots. So I was like, I don't know. This is definitely one of those cardinal sin things, but
yeah. Hey, at least they're an NFC team. That's what I tell myself. Like, I'm a closeted Eagles and Lions fan, obviously. And it's like, I'm so worried about this week because obviously I really want to win. Like, I'm Jags over everything, over everyone. But like, I really, like, I'm going to be sad, but not too sad if they lose because one, I love the Eagles, and two, the Eagles are a really good team, like a Super Bowl caliber team. And it's like, I don't know. I love the Eagles. Like, if Matt Rambo was like tweeting me yesterday saying like, oh, let's make a bet, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I can't because like, I don't hate the Eagles enough to like endure that punishment or like shut up on Twitter for a week. So I just like, I don't know. I will say it is fucking hilarious to me. So the Eagles have a statue of Nick Foles and Doug Peterson, who is now our head coach at the stadium. And Jags fans have legit come up with a plan to steal the fucking statue. Like there are plans to power saw this bitch in half, which is so like, I can't think of two trashier cities to be playing each other, which is probably why I love the city of Philadelphia and their fans, but it's going to be a fucking weekend. So that's my high. That was like a really long-winded reason, but like, I just don't care enough to root against the Eagles actively on the internet because we love them. Like I don't know what it is. Like we're the fucking tweet that I sent you the other day about Princess Diana had me in literal hysterics.
I was crying at that.
It's like this picture of Princess Diana in an Eagles, like throwback. I don't know. What are those called? I forget. Like the Letterman jackets.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? It's like an Eagles Letterman jacket. And she's like, R.I.P. Princess Diana. You would have loved Devonta Smith. Which is so funny because it's true. So I guess that's like also a low of mine this week is that the Jags are playing the Eagles. It's gonna be like when the Jags play the Lions. I'm just gonna sit here and be like, fuck. Other than like your entire week being a low, what's your main low?
I think my biggest low is I lost my wallet on Saturday.
Rip.
And I am so like me and Colleen tore apart our apartment. So we never even like went out Saturday night. It was my friend Maggie's birthday. So we went to a party at her house and we stayed for maybe an hour, like those type of things. You're not there so long. And they're like, oh, like maybe you're like, let's just Uber back and like go to one of the local bars around Brighton, like low key night. The like bar line was insane, like a fucking like selfie line. Like this is Brighton. Like I'm not waiting in that line. So we just went back to our apartment. It like I was not drunk whatsoever. At some point from Ubering from the bar back to here, I lost my wallet. And again, like it was in my purse. I know I took it out at one point, but like if I dropped it, I think I would have remembered or Colleen would have noticed, whatever. So I really don't think it's just like somewhere out there. It has.
You still haven't found it?
No, and we tore apart everywhere. And I just finally today have accepted that I'm taking the L and just ordering new cards. I have to order a new license, like everything. It's just been like icing on top of the cake this fucking week.
Yeah, that's like such a nightmare for me. I actually recently had like a nightmare that I lost my wallet. So I took things that like weren't replaceable out of it. Like I took Jackson's license out of my wallet, like my just stuff that I couldn't replace. Like I have like a mini diploma and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm not going to keep this stuff in here just because like that's such a fear of mine.
Because honestly, the cards, like I was like, whatever. I'm like, I lost all my accounts. I can easily replace those. It's the fact that I had never lost like my ID, my license ever. And then I lost it after the All-Star game, remember?
Yes.
And I just got a new one in late July, and now I have to get another new one.
Yeah, I went to watch the college games on Saturday and I forgot my ID, and thank God the first bar we went to, the lady didn't ID me, and then I like corralled my friends to go to a second bar and I forgot that I didn't have my ID. And I was like, fuck. And thank God it was at home. Like I have this like bowl. You haven't been to my new apartment yet, which is wild.
No.
But I have this like bowl of stuff that like I just like can grab and like walk out the door if I'm like running to the like corner store or taking him somewhere or something like that. And I left my ID just like raw jogging in that bowl. And thank God it was here. But I was like panicked. I was like, that is the best license photo I've ever taken. Please God. Like I don't want to get a new one.
At this point, because I like literally just got a replacement on my license. I have my passport with me at least. So like I can use that until I get my new one in. But like I just straight up replaced my other one. So it's only $25. So it has my old address on it. And it has the picture that I took when I turned 21. So it's like at this rate, because I think my license expires within the next year anyways, and I'm going to need to get the real ID. I'm probably just going to go and actually get a new ID.
You should, because if you travel enough, I think it's like as of 2023, you can't fly without a real ID anymore. And I hate traveling like domestically with a passport. It just freaks me out.
Oh yeah, I just hate bringing my passport anywhere.
Yeah, like, it's terrifying.
I want to leave my house this weekend, but I'm like, I don't trust myself to bring out my passport, but I have to.
Yeah, scary. Milo's one. I feel like we reference like social media a lot just because we're so open about it. But if you don't follow me on social media, the weather's been so nice here in New England, like the last couple of weeks. And now that he has a yard, him and I have been like in the yard constantly, like hours a day playing. And he just gets so excited that he runs down my back steps that are like wood and old and crickety and stuff, that he just goes like so fast. And he was running and fell the other day and tore both of his dew claws open. I know
that's what happens.
Yeah. And so now both of his dew claws are ripped and they're bleeding. And this has happened before. So I didn't take him to the vet. It's happened one other time during COVID. And my vet had to walk me through how to care for him at home because it was like peak COVID, peak quarantine, like nothing was open. So I know how to deal with it, thank God. But the fact that it's both of them is so sad. I had to like put him in an Epsom salt bath yesterday and he just wants to lick his feet. And he's like, his cone doesn't come in until tomorrow. I got him like one of the soft cones. And it's a donut. So that's kind of cute. But he just has these like little like fuzzy socks on that are like med taped around his feet. And it's just so sad. And he wants to like, last night, I was like, I've been working like 16-hour days the last couple days. And he just wanted to like lay on my chest in pain. And he was just like so sad and snuggly. And it just like, when you can't tell them what's wrong or they don't understand you, they just know that like you're trying to help them and they're in pain. It's just so sad if you have a pet and it's just like, he's sitting here like snuggled up in like a little banana blanket right now with his socks on. And it's just so sad. And he just wants to play. I know. And he just wants to play so bad. And it's like so nice out, but I'm like, sorry, bub, you got to take like 2 weeks of break. And it's like, we're wasting all this nice weather, which sucks. But I just want him to be healthy.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, yeah, I know it's so sad. And then my other low is, I talked about this last week, but the new Call of Duty beta came out and I just kind of hate it. And I'm sad because one, like games are expensive. And two, like, it's always like, I'm one of those people, like sometimes I'd rather just like stay in on Xbox with my friends and go out. And it's like, I know everyone's going to be playing this game, but I'm just so over the multiplayer format. So I kind of hate it and it sucks. So that's like a really niche low, but it's true. Like I was just really disappointed. And also like, I know that this is also very niche, but the fact that you can't slide cancel in this game is so dumb. But anyways, what's your hero?
Oh God. I don't really know if I have a hero because I kind of in a lull now where it's like I don't really have anything in the immediate future to look forward to. Like everything's just like kind of slowed down.
Halloween?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just in a funk, I think.
I think everybody is, dude. I don't know what's going on. I think that also the fact that like winter is just like looming is.
I get such bad seasonal depression. Me too. I'm like, and I can feel it coming. No.
I know. I was talking to my mom maybe like a week or two ago, and I was like, I think I'm going to drive home for all of February.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I really think I'm gonna. Like after the Super Bowl, I think I'm going to drive home until like right before my birthday.
I'm definitely taking a vacation at some point somewhere extremely warm in probably January. Yeah. And then I kind of just want to like be in Massachusetts as little as possible.
Yeah.
Up until like, I don't know, probably like Mayish.
Philly? Question mark?
I'm like, that Amtrak to Philly, pretty
It's cheap. So easy. It's so easy and it's so cheap. And I love just sitting on the train because you're forced to get shit done for a couple hours. And you always feel so accomplished because you're like, all right, I did everything I need to do and now I can fucking party.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I will go anywhere as long as it's leaving Boston and the state of Massachusetts because it's just so fucking depressing here. Maybe it'll be a little better than in Patch because I'm not in my same house and I have like other people around me, but
yeah. It's my first winter living alone. So I'm like a little curious to see how that's going to go just because I'm the type of person where like, yes, I'm so social, but like I will get stuck in my house and like be content with that.
Yeah.
So I'm a little nervous, but kind of excited to just like veg out, save some money or whatever. But I think like I want to stay in this house for a while just because I don't feel like moving. I put a lot of effort into this place. Like I'm ordering stuff, like I'm getting it like good to go. But I think like once I'm like done with this lease or I'm ready to like, I'm leaving Massachusetts for sure.
I know. I think I'll stay in Boston for another year. After that though, I kind of do just because I've never left Massachusetts. I would like to go somewhere else, I think.
Yeah, I think I need to get out. I need to get away from this weather. I need to get away from all of it. So
yeah,
I've got like another year, maybe 2, and I'm outie.
Yeah.
My hero is Tyler. I got a tweet notification from my friend Hailey, friend of the program, and she tweeted me that Tyler did not know what a green tea shot was. He thought that it was everyone taking a break and being responsible while drinking, and it was just a shot of tea as like a
actual green tea.
A minute break between like drinking. That is the funniest thing I have ever heard. Like imagine paying for just like some hot tea as like a little like halftime at the bar, being like responsible.
I'm like, just pump the brakes for a couple minutes.
I got that notification and I was like, you've got to be fucking shitting me. Like that can't be real. Like how have you never had a green tea shot? I swear to God, that's all I had in college.
I don't know. There's so many. I'm like, is it just like a like New England thing or something? Because I know so many people that don't know what it is, and I'm never from around here. So like, is it us or?
No. So when I was bartending at Auburn, like we had a board of 50 shots, like different combinations that you had to memorize before you could even start working. And like even down there, I would say snake bite shots and green or white tea shots were the most popular ones that I made.
Okay, that's so weird. There's so many people that don't know what green tea shots are, and I literally thought up until like this last like year or two that they were like a universal thing.
I just thought Tyler was hip with it, but like here we are. I don't know. So that really threw me for a loop, but I thought it was really funny. So back to, if you follow us on social, we are doing a Q&A this week, which is probably why our show is going to be a little short, because I don't know what it is. We used to get so many questions that we couldn't even get through them on this show. And now I feel like we're like pulling teeth.
Some of those Instagram questions are fucking weird. I was looking at them like, I'm not to call some of you out, but
but that's why we say you can ask anonymously, but like I kind of want to answer some of them because they're kind of funny. So I guess we can start with Instagram. Just because we have so many more Instagram questions these days, which is wild because our Twitter following is like quadruple.
Yeah, and it used to be all Twitter, I feel like. I know.
I got a really fucked up question about Myles Garrett that I'm not gonna answer. Someone wants to know how our sex life is. Mine is non-existent. I literally am a born again virgin. I haven't had sex. God, I don't even know how long. So non-existent. Sarah, you can answer at your will.
I'll just plead the fifth on that one.
Kendra, what are your first impressions on Survivor? Who are your winner picks? Okay, so Survivor's tonight. If you watch Survivor, tweet me. I'm really into it. I've seen every single season. So far, I really like the girl from Lowell. I don't know. You're not a Survivor person, are you?
Noelle.
Yeah, I really like her. She is like is it Paralympic athlete?
Yeah, Paralympian.
Yeah, so she lost her leg, I think, on the vineyard in like a really like crazy accident or whatever, and now she's on Survivor. I think she's so funny. I am mad at Tyler though, because he tweeted that they better vote her out because if she gets to the end, nobody can beat her story, which I agree with, but I will not tolerate the Noelle slander. So I'm really into Survivor this season. I don't really have a winner picked yet. I think I need to see like one more episode before I can like have bold predictions, because I feel like the first episode is just like, hi, how are you? Like whatever. What does dating in the fall, autumn months in New England entail?
I don't fucking know. The same as the rest of the month. I don't do it.
I don't know, because I actually had like an epiphany when I moved up here because it's so different up here in the fall. Like I feel like down south, you don't go like to apple orchards. Like you don't like do any of the fall shit because we don't have it. My first like pumpkin patch, apple orchard, like real stuff was up here. And I was like, this is kind of lit.
Oh yeah, no, fall stuff's fun. But I feel like people are like, oh, you have to do it with like a boyfriend or someone you're seeing. It is so much more fun to do with your friends.
I'd rather get,
a lot of times, I swear to God, people are like, I need a boyfriend or girlfriend just so I can go do this stuff. Like, go do it with your fucking friends. It's so much more fun that way.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like it's cool or whatever if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, but like, I don't know, anything I would do with like a significant other outside of like, you know, making whatever I do with my friends. Like, I don't do anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like a shitty girlfriend.
I don't know. It's just always a pet peeve of mine because every time like we get to this time of year, people like need someone to go to pumpkin patches. I'm like, go. Literally just go.
Yeah. Yeah. I really want to go do the apple thing.
Oh yeah, that is fun.
Yeah. We should go on a date, Sarah. Is a guy that's in therapy a green flag, red flag, or deal breaker when you start dating?
I guess it depends on the situation.
I think it's an absolute green flag.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's
I'm
an
just
absolute
thinking
green
back
flag.
to my ex who was in therapy, would have still just like used that as his excuse, like, you can't get mad at me. Like, I'm in therapy, people want and working on risk. I'm like, what are you guys talking about there? So maybe I'm just like scarred. I'm like, I don't know.
Whoa. Yeah. See, I have never experienced that, but like when a guy tells me he's in therapy, I'm like, that's hot. Like, not that like, I think, I don't know. Like, I think if you're prioritizing your mental health, like, I think that that's attractive.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Yeah,
going to go
I
with,
think for the most part, yeah. I don't
yeah.
know. I'm the wrong person to ask that question.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I feel like Sarah is like burned. What's your perfect night out and night in, Sarah?
Ooh, geez. I mean, night in, just literally sitting on the couch, like watching TV, watching sports, like ordering food, not moving, watching
Yeah.
movies. I don't know. Any of the above.
Yeah. I was gonna say night in, I want to be high as shit on my couch watching NFL football and ordering Uber Eats.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't cook. That's the number one.
Mm,
And I'm in
yeah.
sweatpants.
Yeah. I'm in no pants, but I have like
Actually, I'll say
unlimited.
usually I'm either in shorts or no pants, so not really
Yeah.
sweatpants.
Yeah. No pants, but I want to have like unlimited J's rolled or like an edible.
I took
Or
an edible last Friday.
Sarah, how was it? What'd you do?
It was like my first time I've taken an edible. It wasn't a horrible experience because the last few times I've taken it, coincidentally with my ex-boyfriend, I always got too high and it would like go downhill so quickly. It was
You
just
thought
like
about
bad.
therapy? Wait, what about Denver?
Oh, that was a good experience. Okay. I'm like just thinking of times I'm like sitting in the house. Like, that's true. That was a good one.
Did you
But
did you stay in?
yeah, we just stayed in and watched I forget what we were watching. Oh, we were just watching Disney movies. But
Wait, random question before we answer our ideal night out. Have you started the new Kardashian season?
yes.
Okay, me too. I feel like we should talk about that at the end because I have a lot to
Yes.
say and I didn't put it in our notes. So I just wanted to make sure. Ideal night out, I think probably dinner in the North End.
That's a good one.
And there's a cigar bar there that I love. I'd love to like do like a fat pasta dinner and then go have a cigar and like an espresso martini and be in home, like in my bed at home by like 11 p.m.
Yeah, I feel that. I would say mine probably was spicy margaritas. And then I don't know. I don't, there's no like particular Boston bar I love. So maybe go to a Bruins game. Pre-game with spice margaritas, go to a Bruins game, but then I'm also home by like 11:30.
I don't know if you saw the TikTok I sent you about the like apple cider margaritas.
I don't know if I saw it, but I feel like I saw something like that pop up on my TikTok and I literally bookmarked it.
I want to do that.
They look so good with like the cinnamon rim. Yes.
I want to do that. I feel like it'd be really good with like mezcal.
Yes. For
like
sure.
A smoky apple cider marg. Oh, that sounds so good. Maybe that's my ideal night in. Just getting blackout on like just whatever concoction of shit I can come up with by myself. That answers one of our other questions. Would you like to go to a Bruins or Celtics game this season? I want to go to both.
Yeah, I would say I'd go to both, but obviously my preference is Bruins.
I feel like we kind of touched on this last week, but the more details that come out about this Ime situation, Celtics tickets might be getting cheaper and cheaper.
Yeah.
So we might be hitting up the Celtics. I am going to the last Red Sox game tomorrow.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's that TikTok that's like, I hope you're hungry. for nothing.
For nothing.
Red Sox fans, because
Literally.
this is it. Sarah and I were like, we came to the realization like a couple weeks ago that we weren't going to be partying on the Monster for the postseason this year. And it was like a very sad day in the Saturdays and Seltzers household.
That was a great like month we had. We were having a time like at least once a week.
I think I peaked last October.
That was a fucking blast.
We were hammered on like a random weeknight every week, just on the Monster with Travis Kelce. Like, hello, who did we think we were? Truly.
Everything peaked right there. Like, that was really the height of our social media engagement.
It's true. Oh my God. We have not had the same engagement since.
No. That was nuts numbers.
That one video that got reposted by like Barstool that had like hundreds of thousands of views.
Oh yeah.
That was our peak. Truly.
Brutal.
Biggest turnoff.
I mean, I have a lot.
I'm gonna say it, and I know this is gonna probably catch some backlash. Being a conservative. This pussy ain't charity. I don't fuck Republicans.
My biggest turn off. Probably when people just have huge egos.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I cannot stand that. Just the like.
Or people that don't shut the fuck up. Like if you're like, I like someone with a big personality, don't get me wrong, but if you don't know when to like cool it, that's also like a really, really big turnoff for me because I can't take you anywhere.
Oh, you know what my other turnoff, like this just based off like personal experience. Boys who literally like just want a girlfriend, so they never like take the time, you know, like they'll never actually get to know you. It's just they'll talk and like big conversation, but it's just always about them, which I think goes back to kind of that ego and then like But it's like, okay, do you even know like anything about me? Like that, when it's just so obvious too.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok this week that like really hurt my feelings, and it was like, men will not know you at all and hurt you, but women will know you deeply and then hurt you. And that hurts more, which is like so true because like, I feel like even guys I've dated, like they might know me, like things that I've been through and things that I've experienced, but like girls just bond on like such a different wavelength. So it's like when a girl hurts you, it does hurt way more.
Oh yeah.
Like I no man has ever broken my heart the same way that a girl has in ending a friendship.
Yeah, I was like friendship breakups, that shit hurts.
It's hard and people don't talk about it. Like sometimes like friendship breakups hurt more than like real breakups.
Yeah, I've only ever gone through one like actual friendship breakup and it's like still to say, I think about it all the time.
Yeah, I've been through a couple like over the years, like especially like I've talked about this on this podcast before, like when you watch your best friend die and like the way that like people handle like death in a friend group in college, like that ruined a lot of friendships for me. I'm not going to lie to you. And that like, not only like dealing with loss, but like dealing with like friendship losses in multiple capacities, like that sucks because like when someone dies, you really see like people's true colors and that sucked.
1,000%.
Same person wants to know our biggest turn on. I'm going to say like being like straight up, just being funny, one, and being nice. Like if you're nice to my friends and my friends like you, like that goes so far with me.
Yeah, I would say the same, like funny, nice, and then also smart. Those are my three.
Yeah. I actually was talking about this the other day. I don't think I've ever dated a dude who outside of my like first boyfriend in college who like doesn't have a, like as an adult, I've never dated a dude without a master's degree, and it's not on purpose. It's just, I think that I'm really attracted to very smart people.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, I don't know. It's like, it's not even like a piece of paper matters for me. Like you could be like, not even have a high school degree and be like brilliant. And I'm way more into you. Like if you can talk about like what's going on in the world, like not like politics, like whatever, like that's attractive.
That's the thing. I just like, it's not so much like you said, like the education, like the specific education. It's just being like kind of in tune with things and having like beyond just like yeah, it's good. Like obviously have common sense, but then also I'm not saying someone needs to be book smart, but I'm like have a clue of what's going on in the world. Like
Totally.
past. I mean, I'm also in a history major, so I guess that is kind of something that I'm like, if I like talk about stuff and people like, oh, like I don't know what that is, like, but I'm like, okay, did you ever like read a book ever?
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to name names, but I like recently caught up with one of my friends and he's a super attractive guy. Like I would like if he were like brilliant, like I think we'd be together, but he's just so not that. And I had to like explain like that Christopher Columbus was not the first person in America to him. And I was just like, how are you so hot, but just so stupid? Like how? Like I just like it would be so bad if you were smart though, because you could just take over the world. So it's like maybe it's safe that like sometimes super hot people just don't have it all.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm like, I feel like it's so rare to find someone that's like super hot, smart, and has a good personality. So like maybe that's for the best. You can't have them all.
It's true. Would you let your boyfriend dictate who you can and can't talk to, even with friends?
No.
I think
they would not be my boyfriend.
No, if any dude ever for any reason tried to tell me what to do, I'd be like, you could kick rocks. Like hit the fucking road, Jack.
Absolutely the fuck not. No.
Although I will say, I think there's a difference between telling someone who you can and can't talk to and being like, hey, something that you did or said bothers me. Because like I've been the girlfriend before where I see like my significant other, like, I don't even care if they're like liking like Victoria's Secret models photos or whatever. Like I follow Victoria's Secret models too. I can't get mad at someone for that. But when you're liking half naked photos of girls that you know or you've dated or whatever, like I've definitely told significant others before, like, hey, I don't appreciate that. And it's like, I can see that, other people can see that, they can see that, they might take that as like a window or like an advance or something like that. I think there's a difference between that, because like as someone who's dating, like I don't want to date someone who seems available to other people. Like I want someone that's untouchable. I think that that's just kind of like the whole point. Like if you seem available to people or you're like giving that sort of advance or whatever, like I don't appreciate that. And I think that that's like something people fight about all the time.
Oh, I hate to continue to bring back my ex to this, but it's like a perfect example. But so he one time was Instagram messaging someone right next to me, and it was clearly a girl. And I pulled up because I could see it, and I was like, all right, I'm not going to call anything out yet, but like I could see the message. I pulled up the Instagram account. First of all, he's messaging a catfish. So I was like, okay, forget the fact that you're doing this right in front of me. You are so fucking stupid. I figured out this a catfish in 0.3 seconds. And so then I brought it up to him. I was like, hey, one, you're doing it right in front of my own eyes. Like, if you disrespect me that much, like, that's already a big issue right there. And I was like, two, you're fucking stupid. This is like not a real person.
Yeah.
And then he was like, throws it back to me and goes, do you message people like on Twitter all the time, like guys and stuff? Like, and looking through my Twitter messages, it's like at the time I was writing for pictures list. It was like people I worked with at pictures list. And I was like, you want to look at the messages? Like, there's such a big difference between those two things.
I remember the ex that I still like have talked about before on this show. I remember he was doing that. And it was like a continuous thing that I've been like, hey, I don't appreciate that. And like the week before he broke up with me, I was like, hey, like this is disrespectful. Like I can see all of this. Like I don't like this, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, you don't want to have this fight with me right now. And I just was like, I kind of do, but like, LOL, okay. And I didn't like, I didn't text him back. Like I didn't talk to him for like a day or two. And then he sent me like can we chat really quick text? Like, you know, that text that you get and it's like, hey, can we talk? And he like called me and like ended things with me. And I was like, okay, like that's why you didn't want to have this conversation, is because you're already trying to get like an advance on like who you want to fuck next after you break up with me. Like get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
And that's why when it's situations like that, you have every right to call him out. My ex got right back together with his ex from before me. And I was like, hey, why are you messaging her? Like, what the fuck's the deal, guys? Oh, but I can't like look at your messages, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, again, you're doing it right in front of my face. I'm not stupid. It's someone that you literally dated before, and now you're just like doing shit in front of me. So that's a lot different than someone like Instagram messaging me and I ignore them.
These were girls that he had like definitely been hooking up with or talking with when he was living abroad.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just back to the men are fucking like the scum of the earth. Like, you don't want to have this fight with me right now? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I do. You're disrespecting me. And if that's the thing with me is it's like, if I don't tell you what bothers me, I'm telling you how you can treat me or how you can't treat me. Like, I'm teaching you how to treat me. And it's like, if I don't stick up for myself, who the fuck is going to?
Yeah. See, that was like a big fight. We always had to. Most people know I'm not exactly the best at just sharing my emotions and communicating things. So that was always
doing great, sweetie.
Big point of tension. And then I kind of was like, okay, you're messaging your ex. Like, I can see all this, whatever. And I was like, hey, like, can we talk? Like, this is really bothering me. Like, it's giving me anxiety to the point where I'm not sleeping, like all this shit. He's like, you're being insane, like blah, 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 like all this stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm never fucking communicating ever again. This shit sucks.
And that's the thing is that like, and you probably feel the same way. If my ex was like, give me your phone right now, I want to go through it, I'd be like, yeah, here you go.
I offered it so many. I'm like, you can look at all my texts, you can look at every DM I've sent. There's nothing there that you are going to like. Yeah, you would get mad about like boys messaging me stuff from like, I'm not answering them, or like,
I can't control that.
Boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck relationships. The more we talk, the more I'm like, I love being single.
Me too. I was actually having this conversation this week. I was like, I'm so okay by myself. Like the more, and it's like, that's the thing. It's like a lot of my friends recently have gotten into relationships, and it's like, I feel like when I talk to them, it's like they're venting about like what's going on. And it's like, I'm so happy that I don't have these problems. I'm not settling for someone. Like, I am so okay just existing in the space that I'm in.
Yeah. I'm like, it's just so much less anxiety. I feel like maybe that's just like everything about relationships spike my blood pressure. Like, I don't know, just haven't been enjoyable. So I'm like, you know what? I have a lot of anxiety to begin with, but at least I don't have to worry about some fucker adding on to it.
Someone else. Yeah. Anyways, is it true that nice guys finish last?
No. And anyone who like tries to use that as an argument is not actually a nice guy. They're just usually like some sort of incel, in my opinion.
I think I have like a very weird take on this. I feel like to a certain degree, I feel like there's like stages of life or like ages where nice guys thrive and nice guys don't thrive. I feel like when you're in like high school and college, nice guys don't thrive because people are maturing. Yeah. You know, like girls always want what they can't have, like that kind of thing. Like you don't really realize your worth yet, like that kind of thing. Where like girls definitely chase like the wrong people. But it's like, I feel like the older I get, the more that I just like, I want a nice guy. I want a guy who's going to consider me and my feelings and what I want in like, so no, I don't think in the end they do. I think initially, sometimes it probably feels that way for nice guys because of just like a maturity thing. But I think at the end of the day, no way. Like nice guys will always be prioritized by me now as like a woman who's like an adult.
I feel like guys who are over the age of like 25 that complain about nice guys finishing last are the ones who like you meet them immediately and they're like, again, going back to the idea of like they literally just want a girlfriend and they're like come on way too strongly. And by their like, yeah, by the book, they're doing everything right, but it's to the point where it's like very transparent what you're trying to do. And it's like, okay, this isn't authentic. Like, and then they get mad the second you're like, oh, like, no, like, just not into this. Like, they freak the fuck out.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, actually, because I feel like nice guys are like so desperate just to be wanted that like they kind of knock themselves out of the race.
I'm like, that's not very nice of you, genuinely, if this is just some act to either one, get a girlfriend or get laid. I really don't know. Either the two.
That being said, what's more important, looks or personality?
Personality.
See, I tend to agree, but at the same time, the older I get, I'm more like, honestly, looks, because you're gonna fuck me over or disappoint me anyway. You might as well be hot. Like, the older I get, I'm just like, you're gonna disappoint me anyway. You might as well be sexy. Fuck it. Is that wrong? Because that's how I feel.
No, it's not wrong.
It's like I do, like I like if I were to settle down with somebody, like I'd want them to be like nice or whatever, but like you're gonna fuck me. Dude, Beyonce, we talked about it last week. Everyone's been cheated on. You might as well be hot.
See, that's why I'm just like, I've dated hot guys and I've dated not so hot guys, and both of them have made me cry. So I'm like, whatever. If you can make me laugh at least.
Yeah, it's true. This is such a fucked question, and I'm gonna go with no off the bat, but I just want to read it. When dating, would you give your boyfriend all of your account login information? No.
I'll be honest. In my last relationship, I did do that.
Why?
So no one can gather from this episode of my last relationship is not. That kind of just like solidifies it for you. I don't know. I think I was on like crack or something that entire relationship. I really don't.
Why? What was the thought process? How did you get here?
It kind of goes with what we were talking about earlier. I was like, you can read all my messages. Like, I don't care. I have nothing to hide. He's like, okay.
Oh
He was like, well, like your Twitter, your Instagram. I was like, here's the passwords to it. Have at it.
I think in that situation, I'd probably do the same thing. But if it was just they wanted to, like, I don't know, spy on me, I'd be like, that's so, like, I just don't find insecurity attractive. Like, I'm also the kind of person where I'm like, you know what, like if I feel any type of anything, like I'm just gonna dip, because like I'd rather, one, be alone and be respected by myself, or two, like this, like if you don't trust me now, you're never gonna, like the more time goes on, like just the worse it's gonna get.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah. Last one on Instagram before I let you take the reins on Twitter. Kendra and Sarah are busted and beautiful queens and make me happy and proud.
Who could that have been?
I don't know, but he's definitely bussin' and amazing and a king, and he makes us happy and proud. Oh, wait. We have one more, actually. This is just from yesterday's thing. I got to look at the original one and see if there's any good questions. Biggest hot take prediction for hockey season?
I think we said it. We talked about this last week. Talked about it a couple times. I think Sens finish over the Maple Leafs. That's probably my hottest take.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I feel like this isn't really like a hot take. I feel like it's like very inclusive, but I feel like a lot of the teams that we saw last year and have seen for a while dominate the NHL. I feel like this year is going to be a huge shift. I feel like a lot of teams who haven't been good are going to make the playoffs. I feel like a lot of the teams who have been good for the past couple of years are not going to make the playoffs. I think we're in for like a real like pot stir of a season in the NHL. I feel like things are going to get shaken up this year.
I hope so.
And then last one, what do you do to make yourselves less depressed? Which is a good thing, because we were talking about this and we're going into some seasonal depression stuff. I'm definitely like the go for a walk with like no phone, listen to like some music or a podcast, take a bath. I need, when I am like really going through it, get off social, put your phone down, close your computer, fucking turn it all off, and just have some you time, because I feel like that's where a lot of like my mental health struggle comes with, is social media.
Yeah, I feel like mine's either I like going on runs and just kind of like putting my phone on like airplane mode or do not disturb just for like a couple hours or something. Yeah. And then either it's kind of 50-50. Either I need to be like as busy as possible so I can't like sit with my own thoughts, or sometimes I just need to like shut myself off, like not talk to anyone, like on my phone, like in person, and just like have a day like that to myself.
Yeah, fair. Okay, Twitter.
Okay. Obviously, we don't have a ton.
Yep, but we have some like closing segments. So
yeah. Okay. Let's see. What celebrities would you take to Chili's if you could?
ooh, that's a good question. Outside of Greg Grippo.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think my answers are going to be Paris Hilton, Guy Fieri, and Jeff Probst.
Okay.
One, I want to see what Paris Hilton would
sorry.
exist. Oh, no, you're fine. I want to know what Paris Hilton would exist like in like a normal people setting. I feel like that would be entertaining. Two, I feel like Guy Fieri would fuck Chili's the fuck up and it would be a party. And I'm going to go with Jeff Probst just because I need an excuse to go on a date with him.
Okay. All right. Mine, one, Paul Rudd.
Ooh.
Two, kind of a weird answer, but Anna Marie Tendler, John Mulaney's ex-wife. Now she's like an artist and stuff. I think she's so fucking cool. She would be my second one.
Okay.
And then third, probably Keita Brunson because she's hilarious and I love her.
Okay.
So those are my three.
Okay. I like those.
Okay. Are the Jags a wagon?
Okay. So I said last week that I would make my assessment about the Jags after week 3. And I said that week 1 didn't count because it's week 1. Week 1's always a crapshoot. Week 2, they play the Colts, who they don't play well in Jacksonville. They haven't won there since 2014, yada, yada. They played the Chargers with a lot of injuries and an injured Justin Herbert. They play the Eagles this week, which I feel like is going to give us a really decent read because they're a great team and they're pretty healthy. But I'm going to go with yes, just because of health alone. Knock on wood. Oh my God, I'm going to knock on fucking everything in my apartment. The Jags are healthy. And I think in the current climate of the NFL, that's fucking important with the amount of injuries that we have seen through week 3. The defense is good. Okay. The fucking picks that we took in the first round have turned out to be fucking awesome. I'm going to go with yes, based off of our defense and our health and who we added in the offseason. Do I think if the NFL was as healthy as could be right now, I still think I would be like bordering yes, but it would not be a for sure yes. But because of health alone, I'm going to go with yeah. And it's because another reason, a lot of people doubted the Jags because they finished first and they got the first draft pick the last 2 years. Yes. They have a new coach. Yes. But that being said, the strides that they've made with all of that in consideration and a second-year quarterback, I think that we're fucking thriving. So yeah, top of the AFC South. I don't care if it's week 3. Yes.
Okay. All right. Who will win the preseason Stanley Cup playoff?
I think that people are they asking us who we think is going to win the Stanley Cup?
I'm like, I don't know if who's going to win like preseason or who do we think who's our preseason pick to win?
I think our preseason pick.
Okay. I don't know. I kind of want to say Avs go back to back.
I'm going to piss a lot of people off. A lot of people. I'm going to go Toronto.
Toronto?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm going with Toronto.
Okay. All right. Toronto and Colorado. Will the Brewers win 88 games this season? I don't know what they're at now.
I don't even know what their record is. Hold on, let me look it up.
I know they're not likely not going to the playoffs. So
82 and 72.
I'm gonna go no.
No shot. No.
Okay. Oh, there's 3 questions in this one.
Okay.
Do people still watch football when there's hockey on?
The NFL is the largest grossing sport in the world, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to go with yeah.
Well,
being someone who watches the NFL over the NHL, I'm going to go with yeah.
Yeah, I would say, okay. The follow-up question seems to know the answer to that. why does football have so much more engagement with the 17-game season? Because it's the NFL.
And it's because it's a 17-game season. Like, that's why people don't go to baseball. It's why baseball games don't sell out every game. Like, the fewer one, it's like way more of a contact sport. But like two, like with a shorter season, like you have to have more engagement because it's a shorter season.
Yeah. And then the last part of that question, why do people hate on kickers?
I don't know, because I'm not one of them. I am kickers and tight ends and linebackers are my favorite positions in football. I think that I've said this before on this show. My two biggest secrets to winning fantasy football leagues. I don't think I've ever lost a fantasy football league if I do these two things. One, I draft the number one defense early, like 5th round early. I will take the Bills defense. And 2, I will take the best kicker in the 6th round, 7th round, something like that, because those are guaranteed points every week. I respect the fuck out of a kicker, because a good kicker with a high-powered offense with a strong leg, I'm talking like the Justin Tuckers, the Daniel Carlsons of the world, they will get you 10 to 13 guaranteed points a week. That's guaranteed points. So I respect the hell out of kickers. They win games. If you don't respect a kicker, that sounds like a you problem, and you probably need therapy.
Boom. Okay.
Yeah, roasted.
Nacho Cat or Corn Kid?
Oh, you have to go first. I need a minute.
I guess. I mean, I still haven't actually seen Nacho Cat, but I'll probably just go Nacho Cat, just because I find the corn, like the song they made into it, I've gotten annoyed with it at this point. I think the kid's adorable, and I love the actual original video, but TikTok's really just kind of beat the hell out of it to the point where I get annoyed when it pops up.
I'm gonna go with Nacho Cat because it directly affects me. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go with Nacho Cat just because I'm for the boys. We're going Nacho Cat. Fuck it.
Okay. All right. Best hair, Sarah, Kendra, or Trevor?
Trevor Lawrence. Like, we both do shit to our hair.
Like,
I think Trevor Lawrence just wakes up and looks like a Greek god.
Yeah, like, I don't think he puts half as much effort as I put into my hair. So
no, nor does he spend the money on the products that we do. Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Okay. Better stadium atmosphere, Bruins game or Jags game? I've never been to a Jags game, so I can't answer that.
It's different, man. It's really different.
I feel like NFL and NHL games are wildly different.
Yeah, I don't really feel like they're comparable. Like, I'd rather go to a Jags game because I'm a Jags fan, but like hockey games and football games are just so different. Like, so different. And it really, like, the opponents play into it too, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Would I rather go? Yeah. Fuck, dude. I don't know.
I'm like I've been to a Bruins Leafs playoff game, but then I've also been to like the Patriots home opener, and I would take the Bruins Leafs playoff game like any fucking day, just because the atmosphere.
It's also hard because like you're not a Jags fan and I'm not a Bruins fan.
Yeah.
Like, would I rather go to a Sharks game or a Jags game? Like, Jags game, no question.
Yeah, if I had to pick between a Bruins and Patriots game, I'd pick a Bruins game, but that's also just because I'm a bigger hockey than football person.
Although I will say, when I was covering the Stanley Cup the Sharks were in, that hit diffy. But also, actually, no, here's my final answer, because I've been to both. I have been to a Stanley Cup and Sharks playoff games, worked them, been as a fan, whatever. I've also been to Jags playoffs games. Like, I was at the game where the Jags beat the Bills. And strictly because I was sitting in the Bills fan section as a Jags fan and I got to talk so much fucking shit, I'm going with the Jags.
Okay, fair.
Just because I got to boo Nate Peterman in his own home stadium. Anyways.
Okay.
I almost just showed you guys my boob. I'm sorry.
This is the last question. I think it's for you. 3 games in, division winner predictions, and then also better hair, Trevor or Justin?
Better hair, Trevor. I'm gonna go AFC South winner. I guess I have to go with the Jags. I'm gonna stick with that. I'm going to look up the divisions because I know I'm going to miss one if I just ramble them off on the top of my head. NFC East, I'm going Eagles.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm going to say Ravens win their division. I'm going to go, the Bills are going to win their division, but Miami's going to be a tough two. I'm going to go Packers are going to win their division. Chiefs win theirs. Rams win theirs. Bucks win theirs. Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
All right. Well, that was all we have for Twitter questions.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for the questions. We really appreciate it. That was more than I thought we had, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
We appreciate you guys. Those were good questions. And I feel like it kind of broke up from like our normal questions. Like you got to know like us, our dating lives, our dating trauma a little bit more. So like we're really peeling back the layers of this onion here. Moving into kind of our closing segment, Sarah's got like 20 minutes or so. Pop culture shit we want to talk about. Rihanna is doing the Super Bowl, and I'm so sorry, but I was so relieved to see that it wasn't Taylor Swift. We've gone through this before. It's not that I hate Taylor Swift. I hate Taylor Swift fans, and I feel like they would have just been absolutely fucking insufferable if Taylor Swift
I would have
been
insufferable.
If Taylor Swift was doing the halftime show, I think I'd turn the TV off.
Oh, I was hyped, but also I equally love Rihanna, so I didn't really care either way. I was happy, but I just thought that whole thing was weird. Then her reps came out and was like, we like rejected it months ago. Like, I don't know where this is even coming from.
Do you know why?
Because she's finishing re-recording all her old albums because, you know, she doesn't own the rights to them because of Scooter Braun. Mm-hmm. So she wants to finish all those. So she has the rights to all her own music. So that's like top priority.
Interesting. Yeah, it's like I've said this before. Like, I don't have anything against her. I really don't give a fuck about her. It's just like her fans just are too much for me sometimes.
Yeah. Either way, I was fine with.
Although I think it's fucking awesome that a Black woman is headlining the Super Bowl. 2, I'm curious if we're gonna get some more new music out of this because that seems to be a topic of conversation. And 3, the memes about like her releasing a new Fenty product and like the National Fenty League, like that has been fucking awesome.
It's a valid question because I thought that too. Like she literally has not released music since like 2016.
Who do we think that she could bring out? Because I'm thinking like Drake or Future.
I was thinking Drake.
Yeah, I feel like Drake is definitely gonna come out.
I hope so.
So I feel like, okay, so I think the Super Bowl halftime last year was awesome, but I feel like this is going to be, because like, that's the thing about Rihanna. Like if she does something, she does it right, especially because she hasn't put out music in a while. Like, I feel like this is going to be like her coming out party in a way. Like she just had a baby, like she's been through some like absolute bullshit in the last couple years. Like, I think that this is the Rihanna revenge tour.
I hope so. I've missed her.
Me too. I'm so pro Rihanna. Tea party. Oh, actually, let's talk about the Kardashians really quick because we have to talk about the Kardashians every week. If you don't watch the Kardashians, Sarah and I have talked about how like one of the few reality TV shows we watch. I feel like the Hulu version is so much better of Keeping Up with the Kardashians because they spilled a lot of fucking tea last week. We got to see that Tristan, when they decided to go through with the surrogate and the embryo was implanted and stuff like that, Tristan knew that he was having a baby with another woman, which is so beyond fucked. And like in the episode, she let Tristan come to the hospital to meet the baby after the surrogate gave birth. I was shocked by that.
So was I, especially because I forgot the last time she gave birth, it was right after another fucking cheating scandal. And she let him come there, like whatever, just because things were different back then. This time around, especially because she like said like Tristan is really pushing for her to get that pregnant, like the surrogate, like right away. And then like barely a week later, this news comes out about him having another baby with someone else that he knew about.
He knew. I don't even know how you handle that.
No, I feel there's been so many times where I do feel bad for her, and then I'm like, okay, but also why do you keep going back? watching that, I was like, I just genuinely feel so bad for this woman.
Me too. But also good for Kylie, because Kylie told it like it is. She was like, this was too far for me. Like, especially after all the stuff with Jordan. And she was just like, this is unforgivable in my books. Like, I am not the biggest Kylie stan. Like, I think that she like does a lot of shit that's like detrimental to young girls, but like good for her.
Yeah, I agree.
So if you don't watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, it's entertaining. I don't know. Like, it is what it is. Tea party segment. I want to talk about what's going on with the entirety of Hailey Bieber. I don't know. Yeah. There's a couple of things going on with Hailey Bieber right now. One, I guess she was on Call Her Daddy this week.
Yeah, this might be a hot take. I have never liked Hailey Bieber. I've never been a Hailey Bieber person. I also have never been a Justin Bieber person. Like, even growing up, I never was into Justin Bieber. So maybe that plays into it too. I love Selena Gomez. I think she's a very genuine person who's been through a lot of shit. So that also definitely plays into my perception of this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Selena Gomez, like, she has a documentary coming out at the beginning of November that she's been filming for over 6 years. You know, she's been in and out of the spotlight because she's been in like mental health treatment. Mm-hmm. Like, she's had a lot of health issues, like physical health issues.
Didn't she have cancer or something?
Not cancer.
Lupus.
It's like some like, yes. But so like, obviously this documentary is like pretty much like a tell-all. And, you know, there's always been so many questions with the timeline with like Justin and Selena and Hailey, and like the fact Justin and Selena broke up 2 months later, he's engaged to Hailey, like all these things. And Selena's been quiet on it all. And now she has like this first tell-all documentary. And Hailey, who not even like 6 months ago was like, everyone just like leave me alone. Like, I want to stop talking about it. Like, all this stuff. Conveniently, right before this documentary comes out, decides to go and fucking Call Her Daddy. And I watched like a TikTok just recapping the whole thing. Basically, she just said a whole bunch of fucking nothing, and it was like, that's not like me. Like, it was never overlapping with it. Like, and then tried saying Selena's never defended her to like Selena's fans when they go at her, which, I'm sorry, that's not Selena Gomez's job. And there's like clips of her being like, just leave people alone. Like, so that's also not even true, but it's also not her job. But my thing with Hailey Bieber, one, I will never understand the fascination with her. I think she is a very pretty girl, but she's very much just kind of like a Nepo baby. One. Two, everything I've heard about her, if you're hanging out with fucking Kendall Jenner, who's like known to be this rude person, I've seen stuff about Hailey being rude to wait staff. Like, that type of shit just does not fly in my book ever. So automatically, I'm like, fuck you. Justin Bieber, I think, is a shitty person too. So I'm like, good, you deserve each other. But I just hate that this is all happening right before Selena's documentary. That's been 6 years in the making. And it's like such an obvious PR stunt move. And
that was my question. Was if you think that like her going on Call Her Daddy was like her trying to get ahead of like the press and like the narrative that's about to be.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. But like I said, from what I've heard, it was just a whole bunch of fucking nothing. And then her being like, everyone's so mean to me, and like, I never did anything wrong. Like, I have respect for Selena. Like, we're all good. Like, everything's good. Like, then why? I guess she never even like, it's probably a legal thing, but they talked about Selena for 40 minutes. Her and Alex never mentioned Selena's name, just continually said Justin's ex. I'm assuming it's a legal thing, but I'm like, all right, you're saying like you want to move on. You just spent 40 minutes of this interview talking about your husband's ex.
Wow. That's interesting. See, I didn't even think about it like that. But she's also, and I want to bring this up really quick. She's also getting a lot of negative press right now for her like new lip combo that she's doing. I don't know if you've seen this.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I totally get it. Like, I really do. Like, I guess that she's under fire because she is calling this like the brownie lip, which is also weird. How she's like lining her lips with like a brown lip liner and then putting gloss over it. And like, I guess that like, I don't want to label this incorrectly, so forgive me if I'm doing so, or don't forgive me. Like, I understand. But she, I guess, is like being scrutinized for stealing this from like the Latina community, because this is like something that people have been doing for a really long time in like the POC community. And it's like, I totally see that side of it. And I don't know. I would hate to be Hailey Bieber right now, but honestly, like the way that everything's been handled, I'm kind of like,
I will never understand the fascination with Hailey Bieber. I've never wanted to say it publicly because people fucking like idolize Hailey Bieber. Like, she's the most beautiful woman ever. Like, everyone leave her alone. Like, she's so sweet. I'm like, well, what does she do? Like, what? I've never understood it. And like, there's so many trends that like oh, like the stupid nails. Like, have you seen their like? I'm like,
the
okay,
like chrome,
like,
whatever.
shiny nail. Like, okay, she didn't invent that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I also am not a Justin Bieber person, so that also might have something to do with it. But I just don't really get the fascination with her, and I think she just kind of needs to probably tone it back.
It is just because
approach at this point.
It's just because of Justin. It really is. Like at the end of the day, it's like that's what it is.
Also, I'm like, he never has to answer any fucking questions about Selena. Like, if anyone should be talking, it's him. So
Good
why
point.
is he taking all the heat for him anyways?
Good point. But I feel like that's why I kind of respect her in a way, is it's like, I don't think that she's like this novelty of a person or whatever, but I do think that she's been through some bullshit because she's Justin Bieber's wife. They got married really quick. And especially because like, I don't remember if you remember all the domestic abuse accusations.
Him against her.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I never saw those. I know like there's all those people that are like, oh, like he doesn't love her and stuff, which I think that's fucked up. I think that shit's fucked up, but I never heard that.
No, like maybe a year or two ago, there were all of these videos that came out of him being really mean to her, like on the live stream, like disrespecting her and like saying really mean shit to her and like shoving her off of him. Like, I think that that's why, and I don't want to say sympathy for Hailey Bieber, but I feel for her in a way, because that was just the way that I saw him treat her in those clips. And obviously it could have been out of context, but I was on that side of the internet for a while. I do feel really bad for her in a sense because of all of that crap.
Yeah, I think I've seen some of those videos and stuff. I thought that was always just how people spin, like, he doesn't even love her, like all this stuff, which I was like, you don't know what goes on in a relationship.
It's
like,
true.
It's so easy to take stuff out of context.
But even the stuff, even if it was out of context, some of the stuff that he said to her, I was just like, that's yucky.
Yeah, I just really don't like him.
I don't like him either, but that's the thing, is that I like her. I don't like him.
Fair. Okay. Yeah, I don't really care for either of them. So.
All right. Tweets of the week. Do you have a tweet?
No. I
have two. One, there's this like Lions fan who's constantly commenting on my stuff. And I said, Texas football, Ted Cruz consistently being shitty. And he commented on it and he goes, you're Y-O-U-R, you're an idiot. And then I said you're and corrected him. And then he goes, you're insufferable with like Y-O-U-R. And I said you're with like the whatever. And he commented back Y-O-U-R, you're an idiot. Idiot. And I was like, this is fucking hilarious. So that was one of my tweets. My real tweet this week was the Oregon mascot, the Oregon Duck, tweeted and said, call me Young Gravy, the way I be taking out these Cougars after they beat BYU. And I was just like, that's epic. Like, that's really fucking funny. Like, it would have been funnier if he said, call me Zach Wilson, because Zach Wilson went to BYU, but that might have been a little too far.
Yeah.
So I got a good chuckle out of that one. Do you have any closing thoughts?
No.
My only closing thought is thoughts and prayers for the people in the way of Ian. I am really, I think that this is one thing that's like negatively impacting my mental health, and I'm not even in like the storm right now. I'm really worried for Florida. I'm really worried for my hometown. My mom is, in her 60s, single, like about to survive a hurricane by herself. Like, I'm just truly like, I don't want to cry, but my thoughts and prayers are with the state of Florida. Like, I will cry. Like, I'm really going through it. So we love you guys. Thanks so much for listening. Keep on sipping, y'all, and we will see you next week.
Yeehaw.